Comes down to this, folks. Brazil take on Colombia to secure their spot in the last 8. But can they top the Colombians for the top spot in the group? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks. Back once again with another prediction video. Today we're talking about Colombia taking on Brazil to dominate Group D and secure themselves a good spot over in the last 8. We'll talk about that and more in a second. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for Copa America is right here under one Ruski. Brazil had a slow start, but they kind of turned it up a little bit in the last match to get themselves right back into contention to secure a spot in the last 8. Can they, of course, they make that transition and maybe even take over the group? We'll get into all of that in a second. Big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, smash that subscribe, boys and girls. Your one-stop shop continues here. So let's get into it. I'm looking forward to this one. This is one of the games I've been pumped up. In fact, probably the best games of the groups are in match number 3. But it does get robbed a little bit of the importance because it looks like both of these two nations are going to go through. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about it. Brazil, first and foremost, been here 37 times. They've won it 9. They're well overdue. Junior, Dorival Junior is the manager. Starman Vinny J, who did showcase his talents in the last game. They are in Group D right now, where they had odds at 5-2 on to win the group. 12-1 on to qualify and to win the whole thing, 9-4. Those odds now 5-2. Maybe are they? There's that shortening. It is actually blowing up a little bit. They're drifting. Argentina looks set at the moment. My expectation was a quarterfinal berth. They look like they're going to get to at least the quarterfinals. And at the moment, if it does finish as runners-up, they are likely to take on Uruguay, which could be a difficult challenge right here, right now. My rank or their ranking in the world is 5th. According to FIFA, this is their resume. They did open up with a 0-0 draw against Costa Rica. They followed that up with a 4-1 win, a more Brazil-like performance against Paraguay. Can they deliver the win that will see them top the group against the Colombia side, who are red hot to trot? Let's take a look at the key personnel then for Brazil, with the likes of Alisson at the back, Wendell, Marquinhos, Bremner, Gramares, Paqueta, Douglas Luiz, Vinny Jr., Edison, Endrick. Whew, it is a tasty roster right now. Young roster. It is a project at the moment for Brazil. But this is the lineup. We've got Alisson between the sticks, Wendell, Baraldo, Marquinhos, Danilo, Gomez, Guimaraes, Paqueta, Vinny Jr., Rodrigo, and Rafinha in my 11. What do you think about that? What about their opposition then? It's hot to trot. It's Colombia, of course. Been here 23 times in the past. They won it just the once, 2001. Could this be the year? I'd love to see a nation like Uruguay or Colombia win this thing. And get South American football back talking again and believing in themselves. Nestor Lorenzo, the manager, but the star man being Luis Diaz. They are in Group D, where they had odds at 11-4 to win it, 7-2 on to qualify, and 12-1 to win the whole thing. Their odds have now shrunk 30-2. It's looking good for Colombia at the moment. They are in the quarterfinal prediction. That was my expectation for them, where they're currently ranked 12th in the world according to FIFA. This is their resume. 2-1 win over Paraguay. Nicely done. Job done. Absolutely fantastic. They followed that up with a 3-0 win over Costa Rica. And now they set themselves off for a draw or more to top the group. Looking pretty good right now for Colombia at this offering. I think a draw or more will suit them both, really, because Brazil don't need to bust their guts, but I think they do want to top the group. It does look like you'll be taking on a USA or probably not even a USA, a Panama, maybe a USA in the knockout stages if you top the group. And then that should look like a semi-final spot at the very least. But let's take a look at the key personnel there for Colombia coming into this. David Ospina between the sticks. We've got Arias, Mina, Davison Sanchez. We've got Rodriguez, of course, Yesa Asprilla, and Luis Diaz, amongst others, in quite a fresh-looking Colombian squad at the moment. This is, of course, my 11. Again, it's my 11. No one else's. Ospina, Mojica, Mina, Davison Sanchez, Daniel Muñoz, Jefferson Lerma, Uribe, Luis Diaz, Rodriguez, Arias, and Rafael Santos Bor up top. That's my 11. Of course, what do you guys think? Give me your 11s. Let me know. Let me know the real Colombian 11. This is, of course, the game itself at the Levi Stadium on the 2nd of July. Brazil with Junior Dorival, or Dorival Jr. in the dugout against Nestor Lorenzo, another Argentinian head coach. They have played each other 17 times since 2003. Now, the books does look like it goes, or the form, or traditionally this game goes in favour of Brazil. 8 wins, 2 defeats, 2 wins for Colombia, 7 draws. However, the form at the moment, Brazil are unbeaten in the last 6 matches, 75% form for them right now. However, they've drawn 3 of the last 5. Colombia, though, haven't lost in the last 25 matches and won 10 matches on the bounce. And the most recent match between these two sides, back in November 2023, was in favour of Colombia. Goodness gracious me. So, traditionally, yes, it goes in favour of Brazil. But most recently, Colombia have been on this good bit of form right now. The bookies go in favour of Brazil, 5-4 on, overwhelmingly so. 7-2 is your Colombia, 13-5 is the draw here. The public vote, who is still fresh, 6 hours old, going in favour of Brazil as well. 62%. 27% for Colombia, and the draw is a measly 11. What about me then on this one? Well, yeah, it's a fascinating game and a scenario, and you know, we did expect these two to be the nations that will qualify. It's just which order they will come into this one. I think that draw for Brazil will be against Costa Rica. At the start of this, the qualifying, or the groups, should I say, will be the hindrance for them. They're trying to overcome that draw. A draw in this game sees them both through nice and easy, but I know Brazil want that top spot, and of course it can rejuvenate the country, the squad, and give them the belief that they can go to that final, which is what they're after. However, Colombia are just cruising right now. They're ticking. And I think if anybody was in their way, they would come out of this with something. But it does look like they want to continue that winning streak. I don't think they'll get that, though. So ultimately, I am sitting on the fence somewhat. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw, which would see Colombia top the group, which would see Brazil squeak in at second spot, which would then set up according to my eyes, and my data's right, it would be a Uruguay-Brazil tasty encounter over in the quarterfinals. And that's kind of what we want. We want some heavyweight matches. We want something to get our teeth into. And that, of course, is what I'm expecting. So 2-2 draw on the night. Colombia will be happy. They could go far. Semi-finals beckons. But we'll see just how right or wrong I am when those games come around. But until then, subscribe. Smash the like. Your one-stop shop for Copa America is right here under one roof. Of course, we are trying to get 50 likes if you can. And if you're new, hit that subscribe. Until then, guys, we're done.